Good morning, Nigeria. It's nice to be here on a Thursday morning. And I think we now have the 36 states in Nigeria with our full democratic structures in place now.
Yes.
Before we go into our conversation today, let's just talk a bit briefly about the introduction in the education sector.
Yes, we see that, history is back to the classrooms. That is on the announcement of the federal government, who has made, after 16 years, made history a compulsory subject in our secondary school's curriculum. And this sounds like a bold step. What would you say this would mean for the young ones in school?
I think that whoever was behind the idea of removing history made a mistake and didn't do justice to this nation, to our children, because you can't be building a nation without remembering how you got to where you are. Yeah. The stories about our founding fathers. It's important that we inculcate that idea into our children, because if we say that the future leaders, they must know where we are coming from.
Exactly.
No matter how bad the history is, we must know where we're coming from. Yeah. We know where we are and where we are going. And I think with the reintroduction of history, it's good now. But certain things should be streamlined, and certain things should be expunged from our curriculum. Something like telling us that somebody discovered River Niger. You can't tell me that one white man came to discover River Niger. Such things should be expunged. You can't tell me that somebody stopped the killing of twins. Such things should be expunged. But you can tell me how in the First Republic we had challenges, yes. How we had the Civil War. It's part of our history. We must understand that we had the Civil War. We fought the Civil War. We overcame, and we became a united nation. And we are where we are today. I think it's a good development. Our children can now look back and say with pride and know that our culture, our heritage and all that.
Indeed, I agree with you, what you said. Teaching history or history returning to the classroom is actually anchoring our identity. A nation that, does not know its past is definitely bound to be manipulated. Exactly. And that's what we see among the young ones who, make unguided comments about our past and even make some kind of speeches that you ask yourself, do they really understand where we are coming from and how we got here? So it's a good one, but again, it all rests on what is being taught, the authenticity of it.
The content.
Is government going to make this, sort of a selective, teaching where it only, presents what it approves, or is going to be a balanced, we're going to see a balanced narrative that of them also telling us the uncomfortable truth? Because it's not only as good as the history returning to the classroom is not just about that. It's also about how authentic is what is being taught in those classrooms.
Exactly. Like you said, the narrative is very key, because for me, like I used to talk about in January, when we talk about the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, I also remember that was the same day that we celebrate the end of the Civil War. Yeah. So even if you don't want to say the Civil War, we could say we had the war, a reunification. And teach our children that, there was a time we were drifting apart, and we fought a war of unification and we became one. That's the good aspect. So
and I would say it's even good that they made it compulsory, because I remember when I was young, I used to run away from all those jobs. Yes, so it's good that they made it compulsory. So
exactly.